Hey there, future mathematicians. Welcome to Mastering Math with Manipulatives, Fun and Easy. I'm excited to explore the amazing world of math with you, and guess what? We're going to make it fun and easy. You see, math isn't just about numbers on a page. It's about patterns, relationships, and problem solving. Today we're going to dive into hands-on activities that bring those math concepts to life. We'll be using manipulatives, which are basically like cool math toys, to help you visualize and understand even the trickiest of topics. Get ready to build, create, and explore. Are you ready to unlock your inner math whiz? Let's get started. Let's kick things off with place value, the foundation of our number system. Imagine building a magnificent tower with blocks. Each block represents a different value depending on its place, just like digits in a number. That's where our handy-dandy base 10 blocks come in. These colorful blocks help us visualize ones, tens, hundreds, and even thousands. We can stack them, arrange them, and see how numbers work together. Remember, friends, place value is the key to understanding how numbers work, and with base 10 blocks, it's as easy as building with blocks.
Wow, that's super cool! I can't wait to start building with those blocks.
Fractions. They can seem a little intimidating, like trying to cut a cake into perfectly equal slices. But don't worry, we've got just the tools for the job: fraction circles. These colorful circles are divided into equal parts, showing us what fractions like 1/2, 1/4, or even 1/8 actually look like. We can compare them, add them, subtract them, and finally conquer those fraction fears. And hey, if circles aren't your thing, we can use fraction blocks or even number lines. The important thing is to visualize those parts of a whole.
Fractions are starting to make a lot more sense now. Those tools really help.
Next up, let's dive into the world of decimals. Think of decimals like zooming in on a number line. We're looking at those spaces between the whole numbers. And guess what? Our trusty base 10 blocks are back to help us out. This time they'll represent tenths, hundredths, and even thousandths. We can see how decimals fit into our number system. We can even use something we use every day to understand decimals even better: money. Dollars and cents are like whole numbers and decimals working together.
Oh, I get it now. Using money to understand decimals makes it so much clearer.
Percentages. They pop up everywhere, from sale signs at our favorite stores to the battery life on our phones. But what do they really mean? Think of percents as parts of 100.
Imagine 100 little squares, that's our whole. Now, if 20 of those squares are shaded, that's 20%. We can use fraction circles to see how percents, decimals, and fractions are all connected. They're like different languages for the same mathematical idea.
Let's talk about ratios and proportions. They're all about relationships, like the perfect balance of ingredients in a delicious recipe. Imagine you're making cookies. For every 2 cups of flour, you need 1 cup of sugar. That's a ratio.
And if you want to make more cookies, you need to keep that ratio the same. That's where proportions come in. We can use fraction circles or even real objects to visualize ratios and solve those proportion puzzles.
Algebra. It might sound intimidating, but it's really just math with a little bit of mystery. We use letters, called variables, to represent unknown numbers. Think of it like solving a puzzle.
We can use algebra tiles like puzzle pieces to represent variables and constants. We can combine them, rearrange them, and simplify expressions. And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, we can even use graphing calculators to visualize those algebraic equations. Get ready to explore the world of shapes and space with geometry.
It's like being an architect, designing and understanding the world around us.
We'll use pattern blocks and geoboards to create colorful designs while learning about symmetry, area, perimeter, and angles.
It's like playing with a giant puzzle.
Don't forget your rulers and compasses.
These tools help us measure and construct geometric shapes with precision.
Measurement is everywhere.
And even to tell time, to track our height. We use it to measure ingredients while baking.
Let's start with something simple: our hands and feet.
We can use them as non-standard units of measurement to compare the length, width, and height of objects.
Then we'll graduate to rulers, scales, and graduated cylinders to measure with more accuracy. Let's turn numbers into pictures with graphing.
It's like creating a visual story that helps us understand data and relationships.
We'll use graph paper to plot points and draw lines, circles, and other shapes.
We'll see how equations come to life on a coordinate plane.
And if you're feeling tech-savvy, we can even use graphing calculators or software to explore more complex graphs and equations.
Data is all around us. It tells us about the weather, our favorite sports teams, and even our own habits.
Data analysis helps us make sense of it all. We'll become data detectives, collecting information from our own experiences and the world around us.
Then, we'll transform that data into colorful charts, graphs, and tables, uncovering hidden patterns and trends.
Time, it keeps ticking, whether we're ready for it or not.
Let's explore the concept of time and how we measure it. We'll use clocks, hourglasses, and timers to track seconds, minutes, and hours.
We'll see how time keeps everything moving, and don't forget calendars.
They help us visualize days, weeks, months, and years, giving us a framework for understanding the passage of time.
Money makes the world go round, or so they say. Let's learn how to manage our money wisely.
We'll use real money to practice counting coins and bills, making change, and even solving real-life word problems.
And for those bigger financial decisions, we can explore calculators or software to understand concepts like interest and taxes.
Probability. It's all about chance and the likelihood of events happening.
We'll roll dice, flip coins, and spin spinners to experiment with different probability scenarios.
And for those more complex probability problems, we can use calculators or software to crunch the numbers and make predictions.
Set theory might sound complicated, but it's really just about grouping and organizing objects or ideas.
Imagine you have a collection of colorful blocks.
We can use those blocks to create sets based on their color, shape, or size.
We'll use Venn diagrams and other visual tools to represent sets and explore concepts like union, intersection, and complement.
Get ready to explore the fascinating world of number theory.
We'll uncover hidden patterns and relationships between numbers.
We'll use number lines and base 10 blocks to visualize concepts like factors, multiples, and prime numbers.
It's like unlocking secret codes within the number system.
Let's put our math skills to the test with operations. We'll use manipulatives like base 10 blocks and algebra tiles to practice addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And for those more advanced calculations, we can use calculators or software to explore concepts like exponents and roots.
Get ready to put on your detective hats and sharpen your logical reasoning skills. We'll solve puzzles, crack codes, and play logic games that challenge our minds. And to organize our thoughts and solve problems effectively, we'll use tools like Venn diagrams and flowcharts.
Angles are everywhere. From the hands on a clock to the roof of a house, understanding angles helps us understand the world around us. We'll use protractors to measure angles with precision, from acute angles to obtuse angles and everything in between. And we'll explore different types of angles, like complementary angles and supplementary angles, to see how they relate to each other.
Thanks for joining me on this exciting math adventure. I hope these activities help make math fun, engaging, and accessible for everyone. Remember, math isn't about memorizing formulas. It's about understanding concepts, making connections, and solving problems. So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and most importantly, keep having fun with math. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more education.